Yo, what's up everybody? Holy Nice with you here, bringing you, even if it's for my daughter, I defeated Demon Lord anime review. This is episode 3, titled The Young Man Hands Out. This was a very intriguing episode, to say the most. It starts off with Dale, and it's late at night, and he's kind of like tripping over himself because he has to leave tomorrow morning on a mission, and it's going to be dangerous, and he doesn't want to take Latina with him. So, you have Rita there, and she's like, just leave her here, she's gonna be fine, do what you have to do, and then just hurry up and come back. So he takes her advice, and he leaves her, and they say bye, and he leaves, and as he goes to this mission that he's going on, he's very, very upset. And it looks like he's upset from other people's perspective, but then when we look at his face, it's not that he's upset, he's just deep in thought, because he doesn't know what to bring back as a souvenir, or a gift for Latina. Which was very funny and cute. And he's thinking his thinking, and there's this one guy who takes him to his place, to where the mission's at, in another country, and he's taking him there by a dragon, and they fly in there, and the guy offers him candy. And then the guy realizes, wait a minute, when I offered this to my teacher a couple years back, he got mad at me for treating him like a kid. This guy's gonna kill me. So the guy started to freak out, and he's like, oh, this guy hates me, this guy hates me. And he has a bad reputation and stuff like that. But the guy was able to take Dale to where his destination was. And we met this guy named George Gore, if I'm pronouncing his name right, hopefully. And George Gore, basically, he's a very close and old friend of Dale. And Dale was like, can I meet your fiancé since I rode all the way over here? And then the guy took out his sword and was like, I guess you want to die today. And they just started going back and forth, making like these killing jokes towards each other. It was kind of funny. And then we find out that the reason why he called him here, Dale, is that the mission he's gonna go on is to kill demons. And he sees that Dale's freaking out, and he's like, what are you freaking out over? He's like, I don't know what to bring my daughter. And George Gore was like, what? And as George and him, continue to talk, he's like, you're gonna be killing your daughter's kind in this mission. This is a mission to slay demons. And he's like, it doesn't matter to me, I haven't slayed humans before. It doesn't matter to me. And when he says that, like, the demeanor of his face and his voice kind of went from being worried about his daughter to being like serious. Like, he didn't really care who it is or what it is, he'll kill it anyway if that's his mission. He even states this is going to be another assassin mission. Oh well, don't matter to me, I'm used to it. So Dale has a dark past of killing people. And we know he's a high-level adventurer, and he's known, so... And if I'm not mistaken, I believe in episode 1, they stated that he's part of a royal family. I could be wrong, but from what I remember, I believe that was also stated when he first met Latina in episode 1, so... Dale has a very, very interesting past. But as this guy, George Gore, and him start talking, they take him to like this other place of the palace where his dad is at, George Gore, and he explains the full situation and what's going on, and why these demons needs to be dead, because they're going to war against them, and they plotting to do something. So, we got, of course, Dale, his best friend, George Gore, and 4 other dudes, and all 6 of them basically go to ambush the demons. And we get to see the group of demons. It's about 10 demons, and like 4 dragons with them. But out of all the demons, the one that stuck out the most was their leader. Their leader was actually a female demon. And as they plotted and concentrated their plan, the demons, they get ambushed by Dale and his people. And they use an earth spell to make an earthquake and make the avalanche happen, so all the earth around them can fall on their dragons. So their dragons are done. They couldn't hop on their dragons to run away or use them to battle. So they had to battle Dale and his group. But Dale and his group stood far away, just using high-level magic. We saw one guy use lightning magic. We saw 2 people combine magic. I think it was lightning and wind, or lightning and light, something like that, or lightning and wind, or light and wind, and they shot that bolt, and it killed one of the dragons that survived. And then they started fighting with the demons, and the female one ran away, but unfortunately she didn't get far because Dale was behind her. So she fought Dale, and Dale just one-shot at her. And he's like, and you see that he's worried, but he's not worried about what he's doing. He's still worried about his daughter. That's all he has in his head. He just wants to hurry up and finish this so he can hurry up and run back. It's very interesting. And like I said before, I want to know more of Dale's past, because we know he seems to be like a killer. And he said himself this is another assassin mission, which means he has done assassination missions back in the past. So that's very interesting to tell. But as all this is going on, we get to see what Latina's going on in her life and what she's doing as Dale's over here doing this. And she was kind of depressed, and she has a conflict that she's worried that Dale might find out that she's a bad person, because her and her partner was both kicked out of their tribe for being quote-unquote bad people. Now, we're not sure what they did to be considered bad people, and they got their demon horns broken and got kicked out the family. Maybe they did something good. Maybe in demon culture in this world, if you do something good or if you do something for humans, you're considered a bad person. And maybe that's when they break your horn and kick you out. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it wasn't something really bad as she's saying it that it is. Because you have to remember, she's a little girl, so she's going to say that it's bad because she's told it was bad, but she's not going to really have the concept, the mentality to state, is this really bad or good? So as she's explaining herself to Kenny and she feels bad, Kenny realizes as an adult she needs something to focus on, something to take her mind off of this. And he was like, do you want to practice cooking? If you practice cooking, this would make Dale happy and it would give you a new skill. And she was like, she got really, really happy. She's like, yes, teach me, please. So he basically taught her how to make a pie and some, junk food and stuff like that. Basically, just bakery stuff. Start off easy. Which most people usually, that's usually how most people teach their kids. It's usually with easy stuff. So, she's learning how to bake pies and make those little sweet cups that she ate in the first episode. She's learning how to make those two things, and Kenny's technically, he's forcing customers to order this. But when they find out that it's for Latina because she's practicing, they all hop on the train and they were like, oh yeah, we want one, and everyone started ordering. And it's really cute how everybody just doesn't want to order one. They also all requested that she brings it to them. I mean, she's the one to bring it out for them. And Vita feels kind of jealous, but at the same time, she feels kind of happy that it's making Kenneth happy and everyone else in the bar happy, and that Latina's, she's being more, I guess you could say, potent in the story, and she's not being sad and depressed. So she felt kind of jealous that, she's not the one serving them no more like she used to. She feels happy at the same time. And we see Latina serving everybody, and everybody's happy, and they have like this big smile. The old guy from episode 2 who was helping everybody try to find Latina, and he was the first one to find her. He smiles and he orders a pie, and we see her progress, how the pie looks small and beat up. But as she keeps serving people, we see the pie gets bigger and bigger, which means she's proceeding. And we also get this dialogue that her female friend Chloe came by, and she basically asked, are you going to be reinstated in school when it starts next year, from this semester? And Latina didn't know what to answer, but Vita was like, I'm most likely gonna have to tell Dale to enroll her in school. So by episode 4 or 5, we should have Latina enrolled in school. So that's going to be an interesting concept to see how she interacts with other kids her age, because it was stated by her herself in this episode that she's only been surrounded by demons and humans, but they've all been older people, no one of her age limit. So that'd be kind of cool. And then later on, as the day progresses and she gets better at cooking, Dale actually comes back with all these gifts, and she was like, give me 1 minute, and she runs to the kitchen, and Dale feels bad because he was like, she takes her job over me, and he feels kind of bad. But Vita, boosts up his spirits and say, oh, she's got something planned for you, that's why. And she comes out with a nice big pie of food and her snack that she made. And this one actually looks like it was done by a professional, which shows that she actually got better. Now, we don't state how many hours or days that he was, Dale was put away. But apparently it was good enough for her to level up and make this food. And he enjoyed it, and the episode ends with him hugging her. This was a really good episode of episode 3. I want to know more of Dale's past. Like I said, he has done assassination missions and stuff like that. So that's going to be kind of cool to see what he has done and what type of dark past he have. If they're going to take that turn in the story, that he does have a dark past, I would love to see more of that. Latina, she's technically the main character, so when she's enrolled in school, we're going to get more of her growth and more what she's going to do, which is also going to be interesting. I said before, I don't like slice of life series, but since this is done in a fantasy-based world and I like fantasy stories, it's done pretty good, and we do get occasionally battles and trips around here and there, so and we get to see more of the magic system, so that's pretty cool. I'm loving that. But yeah, this was a pretty good episode of If It's For My Daughter, I Would Even Defeat a Demon Lord. Really good episode. I want to know more. I'm really enjoying the anime. It's not my favorite anime of this season, of summer 2019, but it is a really good watch. I don't read the manga or the light novel, so please no spoilers down in the comments, guys. But if I pronounce any name wrong or if there's anything missing from the story that's not animated, at least let me know that with minimum spoilers. But that's all I have for you guys. Let me know down below what you like and didn't like about the episode and how you feel about this. And what do you want to know more about Latina or Dale's past and stuff like that? And why was Latina kicked out of the Demon Tribe? And what specifically, why have Dale have done assassination missions? But that's all I have for you. Peace out. Have a good one.